Hey guys, it's GHB here, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're actually going to be doing some drafting on the channel, which is not something I normally do, because I'm not a great drafter. So, we have a free draft, because the event. I draft a fair bit anyways, but I don't do it on stream due to it not being something that's very successful, so I thought, let's start making this into YouTube content. A lot of the times, I'm going to grab somebody else to join me in these drafts, both for drafting and playing them. But let's actually do our draft here and see what we can come up with. That's not a bad first pick. So let's see what's in this pack though. Dragon's Breath is good, Curator is good, Gundam's good, Armor is good, Sandstorm's okay, Duelist is pretty good, and Peacekeeper's Prod is really good, except it's really hard to cast. So, normally I'm not a fan of picking something like Journeyman Armor first pick, where it's a 2-faction card. Peacekeeper's Prod just seems really good. It's hard to cast, but if you play your strangers and stuff, it's fine. And with cards that have a lot of influence requirements, you often want to try to think of them as cards that the mana cost doesn't matter, where they're actually more like a 6-drop potentially. And I think this card I'm okay to play at 6, so I'm going to just pick up the first pick, Peacekeeper's Prod. Let's see what we have. So a common was taken over these cards, understandably. So there's a Copperhead Herald, which is good. Strangers are always fine. Trailblaze is eh. Striped Arachnodon's very good. Xena Fanatic is not so great. Scepter of Nobility is like an Argiport only card. Hidden Shiv is not good unless you're super aggressive. And then it's bad in your opening hand still. And Prophetic Stranger is just a shit ton of mana. So I think we're between the Arachnodon, the Scepter, and the Copperhead Herald. I don't know how I value this card. So if you compare it to Military Mace, it's one less health, but the upside of it costing to us. And like we already picked a weapon. Arachnodon could help put us into Cambrai, which is quite good. And Herald is just a good 2-drop. I think I'm about to try the Scepter. I don't know if it's actually the correct pick. But we're actually going to just give it a go. And I don't mind being Argiport if that's where we end up going. Bad rare, bad uncommons. So what do we have? We have a Skeeter, a Spike Buckler, a Huru Banner, and a Xenon Banner. We might just want to pick up the Huru Banner here. None of these cards are particularly good. I don't really want to play any of them. And if I'm in Argiport, I don't want to play Skeeter. So I think I'm just going to pick up the Huru Banner. Okay, we have some good cards here. Yeti Snow Checker's okay, but not what we're looking for, but Roosting Owl is apparently, according to Man and Moose, a very good streamer. The best Justice common in the set. And then there's also a Spell Shield Architect, which could help move us into Huru, which I think is where this deck wants to be anyways. I'm going to take the Spell Shield Architect. I don't think Roosting Owl is as good as some people say, so we're just going to try the Spell Shield Architect. Plus, we're looking for a second color at some point. And we already have a Huru Banner, meaning Huru is a better option. None of these cards are great except Skywalk Constructor, so we're just going to pick that up. Alliance Choice is not bad. Huru Stranger's not bad. How good is Alliance Choice? I don't think it's amazing, and I think the Stranger's just better, plus we don't have any 2-drops. I guess having unconditional removal in a lot of situations is fine, like Vanquish is good. Actually, we'll just take the choice. Alright, there's an Archive Curator, which isn't currently our colors, but that's fine. There's a Strength of the Many, which is a pretty decent combat trick. There's a Stranger, which is okay. So I think it's Strength or Curator. I'm just gonna take the Curator. I think it's a really good card. There's not much here for us except a Huru Stranger. But Huru Stranger's nice to pick up. Bring Down the Sight is just better than Strength of the Many, and it's a good side for us. Wow. Super late Dragon Breath. The Deed Outer was also a little bit of a sign. I think that card is quite good. To see it that late is notable. So there's an Obliterate. We're not really going to splash for Obliterate. Soul Stranger's pretty good. Execute's very good. Foil Herald Song we have. So I think it's between like Execute and Soaring Stranger. So, okay, do we have any really bad cards in our deck? Not necessarily. Ridgeline Watcher probably won't make our deck, or hopefully won't make our deck. Sword Stranger is quite good. Execute, like, if I don't really see us moving into a splash, especially when although we have a banner, and strangers, we do want to cast Peacekeeper's Prod. I think I'm just gonna take the stranger. There's an Ice Sprite, there's a Fountain Stranger, I guess there's a Emerald Monument. None of these cards are particularly great for us, except Ice Sprite I think is a good card, we'll just take it. There's an Oath Book, that card is amazing. There's also a Sentry, which is good. We're just gonna take an Oath Book, it's a bomb. And it tells us we're gonna get good justice coming our way, because that was a third pick. So we'll take a Sentry. Only running late is something to keep in mind, but I think we're just looking at these other cards. If we splash time, I think I'd splash Rosine Guardian. So there's a Static Bolt. There's also a Convoy Banner. I think Treasury Guard's good. We're just gonna take a Bolt. If I can get 2, it's worth playing them. Silverwing Avenger's good. Some good fire cards late in these packs, especially this Oni Ronin, but it's too late really for me to move in my opinion. Although maybe we're supposed to be Rakano, which would be interesting. Dark Return versus Grendelin Drone. We'll take the Dark Return. Sure. It didn't matter. Neither of them see play. Ooh, some goodies. Except not in our deck. Do we have anything? There's a Talon, I guess. There's a Huru Banner and a Stranger, which are like, okay. Crafty Eddie's okay. Our curve kind of sucks. Is the blunt way to put this. We're not splashing for that. I want to pick up the Stranger, but I don't know if we are ever splashing fire in our list. Although it makes me kind of wish we were in a different color combination. Extract is incredibly good. Talon Nostrix is very good. Well, it's okay. Maybe we do take this Towering Stranger. We don't really know. Like, our time is not that good to splash for. They're okay cards. If we splash Shadow, though, we get Dark Return. I think I'm going to actually just take the Stranger. I think this card's very good. And it's so much better, it's easier to cast that later. Well, that's a reason to splash Shadow, isn't it? As my voice goes. His Slay is just a premium card. What else is in this pack? There's some Strangers. There's a Strength of the Many, I guess. So now we're looking, what do we want to splash? So if we splash, do we have any other red cards? No. So if we splash Shadow, we get Dark Return Slay. Very good. If we splash Fire, we get a Bomb. Because we don't really have a whole lot of that right now. I don't think we're going to end up playing Static Bolt, by the way, or Rebuke. We're not going to struggle for playables. I don't think we're splashing time anymore. So we either take the Slay and say, fuck the Towering Stranger. Or we take a Stranger, probably the Skycrag Stranger, and say, well, we're going to splash red. What do we have for removal? A Bring Down, a Dragon's Breath, an Alliance Choice, a Spell, an Ice Spite. That's it, and a Scepter. We have a fair bit of removal. So would I rather be Huru Black or Huru Red? I think I'd rather be Red. We're going to take this Stranger, even though this may be wrong. There's a Roosting Owl and a Gun Down in this pack for us. I don't think I want Gun Down here, although it's fine if we're splashing red, as more removal. But Roosting Owl is so good, I'm just going to take it, or apparently so good. Adaptive Predator versus Gun Down, I'm just going to take the Predator. It's just too good. Mortar versus Bring Down. Versus Huru Banner versus Valkyrie Linebreaker. I think it's Mortar here. I think it's better than Bring Down. Architect is fine, but we might not play 2 because of the color requirements. Take the Dust. Alright, if we look at our curve here, do we want a 3rd Architect? Well, what do we have early? We have 2 Strangers, that's it. I think we need the creature. It's also a good creature. None of these cards are going to see play. Are you fucking joking? What else is in this pack? Lightning Strike, Frostkin. Yeah, give me the second Oath Book. Now we're looking just for creatures. Maybe we get aggressive and take an infantry. Gilded Glaive is good, but our curve is so bad. All of our 2s are like spells, so I'm gonna take an infantry. It's so good with the Oath Book early. Second infantry is better than Seal, yeah. Get a little bit aggressive. That's a bomb. I think I'm gonna take it over anything else here. Although, yeah, I think that card's just so good. It's hard to beat that card. A Permafrost, I'll take it. We're looking for fixing now. Mask is not gonna see play. Stranger's fine. It's just a green source and a 2-drop. Creature. Nothing. Alright, Mesa's pick is interesting. Let's build this thing. We're not splashing Shadow, so we can cut Dark Return. And then we'll cut all the bad cards. I don't think we're going to play the Static Pull. We're not splashing for that. I don't want to play this or these, but we'll see. Not splashing for Shadow. If we look at our curve, we're not going to play the Mask, I don't think. I don't know. Alright, so we have Peacekeeper's Prod as the only weapon my units can wield, which means that is it better than Military Mace? Because I think I only want one of these. Only one of that. So we're actually at 32 cards. Our unit count is high, but it's kind of weak here. Our 3s include Architects, which is fine. 30 cards. Probably want to make 2 more cuts and play 18 power. I think I want to cut the Scepter. I don't think this card's great, and I don't think the amount of times Prod's going to be good with this. It's going to come up enough over the extra health. And then we have one more cut to make. It's probably just the Ridgeline Watcher. Yeah, we'll play this. 3 Fire Sigils plus... So 4 Fire Sources for 2 cards. That's fine. Alright, let's get to some games.